The Teamwork Desktop Timer application is a really useful way for you to quickly start a timer and assign that time directly to a task in your Teamwork Projects installation. To get the Teamwork Desktop Timer application, all you need to do is go to teamwork.com/timer-app and then just click the download button here and install the application. So now here we are in our Teamwork Timer application, and the first thing that we need to do is to link our account. So we just need to go over here to the bottom left and select the profile picture and then select add account. And now all we have to do is log into our Teamwork account. So we can log in using our email address and password, or we can log in via an API key. So I'm just going to log in with my email address here, and then we just need to select login. If we have multiple installations, we can select which one we want to use. So I'll go with Teamwork Video here, and that's it. Now our account is connected. If we want to add another account, we can easily do that by again selecting the profile picture and selecting add account. We can customize some of our settings here by selecting the settings cog. So in the display tab here, we can choose to show total time. We can choose to blink our timer if it's paused. We can show time in the menu bar. We can keep our timer on top of other windows when in compact mode. And we can choose to hide the icon from the dock when in compact mode. Looking at the behavior tab now, so we can choose to only return starred projects. We can set our default behavior to be that our timer resets instead of deleting. We can also have a default setting where our task is marked as complete when we're done logging the time. We can choose to pause the timer when our computer is idle, and we can customize the time until we are considered idle. We can automatically remove timers that are attached to deleted tasks, and we can choose to only remove timers that have no time recorded. Looking over at the notifications tab now, so we can choose to enable notifications. We can be notified when timers have automatically been deleted, when timers have been paused due to activity, when timers have resumed after inactivity, and when a timer has been running longer than 8 hours. We can also choose to receive reminders to start a timer if we're active for over 30 minutes and one timer isn't already running. Looking at the account tab now, where we can alter our login details here, and we can remove our account. So if we've made any changes here, we can just save our settings. If we want to import any tasks into our timer app, we can easily do that by selecting the import tasks option here. So in the drop down menu here, we can choose to show my upcoming tasks. We can choose to show tasks due today. We can show our late tasks, or we can choose to show all tasks that are assigned to us. So I'm going to choose to show all tasks here. So we can refresh this just in case new tasks have come in. We can search for tasks over here, and down here we can select our tasks. So I'm going to go with the article ideas and publication agenda. Once we're happy with all of the tasks we've selected, we can just add our timers. And if we want to quickly run a timer for any of these tasks, we can just go over here and select the start timer option. And now you can see our timer running. So I'll just pause that timer for now. We can also edit our timer here. So we can rename the timer if we want to. We can set a current time so that when we next start our timer, it will begin from that time. So let's say that I want to add 2 hours here. We can also alter our estimated time, and we also have the option to add a description for our timer. So I'm just going to save my changes here. As well as being able to import tasks, we can also add a new timer by selecting the plus icon here. So in the pop-up window here, we can give our timer a name. We can choose to align this timer with a certain task. So here we can select our project, and then we can select our task list within that project. We can choose to include all tasks, only active tasks, or only completed tasks. We can search for specific tasks here, and then down here we can select our task. Down here we have the option to create a new task. So let's say that I want to add a new task for our timer. Again, we can select our project here and our task list. So I'll go with the article ideas task list here, and then we give our task a name. We can add a description for our task. We can assign this task to a particular user. We can notify this user by email. We can add a due date here if we want to, and we can say whether or not this task is private. So for now, I'm just going to add this task. Over here again, we can add current time, and we can choose to start this timer now. So now I'm just going to add our timer, and you can see that our brainstorming session is currently active now. So again, we can pause this timer, we can edit the timer, and we can choose to delete this timer. So I'll just click OK here, and our timer has been removed. So now that we've added some time to our timers, let's look at logging that time into Teamwork Projects. So we just need to select our timer here, And then down at the bottom right, you can see the option to log time. So here we can see the project, we can see the task, we can choose to detach this timer from that task if we want to. We can edit our time log, we can choose whether or not this time is billable, we can select our start time and our date, we can add a description of the time, we can choose to mark the associated task as complete, and we can choose to reset our timer instead of removing it. And then we just need to select log this time, and our time has been added into Teamwork Projects. And that's it. That's all you need to know to be able to use the Teamwork Timer desktop application.